Hi out there, folks, and welcome to the Revere Veterans and Community Show. Today we have a real veteran of the community. His name is Joe D'Entremont. He's from Rolling Thunder. He's president of the Massachusetts Chapter 1. And Joe, let me welcome you first to the Revere.
Thanks very much.
Thank you for coming all the way from?
Jamaica Plain.
That's quite a trip.
It is. I know. I had to come over the bridge.
Did you?
Yeah.
I'm glad you found us. We're still on the back.
I...
Joe, why don't you tell us a little history about the Rolling Thunder? We'd love to hear it.
Sure. Rolling Thunder was started back in the 80s by a couple of Vietnam vets, and it was started as a demonstration against the government for leaving POW-MIAs behind willingly, according to them. So they formed that group, and it started as a demonstration, and it continues to this day on Memorial Day weekend. And this past Memorial Day, I think there were over 500,000 motorcycles at that event. They start at the Pentagon, and they ride right through the streets of D.C. And again, too, like I said, it's a demonstration.
Are you a part of that group?
I'm a part of Rolling Thunder. I am. I've been down there since 2004. I go down every year, and it's quite an event. It's something to see.
Right.
You have to try to get down there and see that.
Well, I first met you, and I got to be honest, it was an honor and a pleasure to meet you, was at the Vietnam Wall in Revere.
That's right, yep. We helped out a little bit with some of the guys that were there. They were looking for a little information. I brought the Vietnam, the moving wall to Boston in 2009. So I had a little...
Oh, you're familiar with the Dopex then?
Yes, yeah. So that was good. It was a pleasure meeting you there, too.
Right, and when I met you at the Beachmont VFW Revere at the moving wall, there was a list of about 56,000 plus names out there, I believe, of the ones I killed.
Yes.
With the youngest one being only about 15 and a half years old.
That's what I hear, yeah. Yep.
And the oldest one, I think, was 68.
Yeah, I don't really know the stats on that. I do know that there's still 39 guys missing from Massachusetts from Vietnam, and they're the guys that we... you know, we try to recognize, we try to spread awareness about those individuals, and just let people know that, you know, we want them remembered.
Right, and by the way, another thing I'd like to talk to you about, and I want to thank you. I was up at City Hall, I believe it was approximately September the 19th or thereabouts on a Friday.
That's correct, yeah. That's.
Tell us about that, because I was there, but you were there as one of the speakers. So
yes. Yeah, that was September 19th, I'm pretty sure. It was National POW-MIA Awareness Day. And something we're doing here in Massachusetts, Rolling Thunder, is we're trying to get the awareness out there. And we thought a great way to do that would be to put POW-MIA chairs. And that's just a single black chair like we're both sitting in. And put that right out in a place for people to see with a plaque behind it. Stating what it represents, a flag on either side, so that people remember our POW-MIAs. And that's just what we did down there in Boston. And we've done it all over Massachusetts. We have all our pro stadiums done. We did one up in Gillette. We did one at Boston Garden. And we just...
City Hall?
Yep. And we finished July 4th, we did one at Fenway Park. So, and then we're planning on doing one right here in Revere. Nick Bower is going to, he was just waiting until the parade got over, which we were a part of. And
you did an excellent job there.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. So Nick's going to put a POW-MIA chair somewhere in the city of Revere. We're hoping it will go into the State House, and we're also hoping that it can be mobile and go to the school, and go to the senior center, and go to the veteran center, and just be brought all around so that everyone in Revere gets to see that, because that's their memorial to the POW-MIAs. Right.
Now, those chairs cost money, I believe.
They do.
Somebody got to pay for them.
They do, and we ask the towns to pay for them. It's too much for us. Our effort is to get the awareness out there, to get people to do these, and from start to finish, if you didn't have anything, I mean, everyone's got a black chair you can find. We'll give you a sleeve to go over it. But if you didn't have any parts at all, $400. And that's not a lot to spend on a memorial, especially for these men and women that have yet to come home.
We just had a memorial dedicated not too long ago in the city of Revere for the women of World War II. So,
That's
and
awesome.
that didn't cost no $400.
No, I'm sure it was a little bit more.
And since you mentioned $400, if people would like to donate money or help you out in some way,
Sure.
Especially the Vietnam veterans, because you are POW-MIA missing for the Vietnam. How do they contact you?
Yeah, they can contact us. We have a website, and it's Rolling Thunder, MA1.org, and we're also on Facebook, and but that's the best way, through our website, and then you just hit a contact, and that email comes directly to me.
Right? Can they call you on the phone? If
They can certainly call too. My phone's pretty busy, so I don't know if they're going to get a hold of me, but it's 617-522-0324.
Very good.
Yeah.
So you talk about the POW, the MIHs, what about the flags themselves?
Yeah, we donate some flags out to different organizations. We try to get them in high-profile places, and that's the way we started. There's always been one flying at Fenway Park, thanks to the late Lou Gorman, who was a Navy veteran.
Right.
But we donated one to Gillette Stadium a few years back, and whenever they need one, they'll call us now. And we're right up there giving them a new one. And it's not like they can't afford it, but we like to be a part of that, and we like to give that to them. And we also donated one to Boston Garden. So as we ride around, as we drive around, not all of us ride. A lot of us do ride motorcycles, but not all of us do. And when we're out and about, all throughout the Commonwealth, we're always looking for flagpoles that are missing a POW-MIA flag. And we see to it that it gets one if it's wanted.
Well, about a couple of weeks ago, Joe, at the Paul Bonfiglio funeral home right here in Revere, there was a gentleman there that came down. His name, maybe you know him, Paul Monty.
I do. I know of
Well,
Paul.
his son Jared Monty,
Yes.
got the Medal of Honor recipient.
Yes.
Got killed in Afghanistan. To him, the flag was the heart and soul of this country, and it was the heart and soul of his son. And they wouldn't even let him put a flag on at Bourne Cemetery.
Yeah.
So he went down to Washington, and he fought for it, and he finally got him to put the flag on. So tell us how great the flag is for our country.
Well, it is important, you know, but I'll tell you a little something there. A POW-MIA, their parents, the parents of these POW-MIAs, they don't get a flag. You know, now at a funeral, the flag is placed on the coffin and it's folded reverently and then handed to the next of kin. That doesn't happen to a POW-MIA. They don't come home, so they don't get that flag. And they have nowhere to go. They can't go to Bourne Cemetery, Arlington National Cemetery, to see the remains of their loved one. There's nothing. So, you know, that's important that it's important that we get these people home and that we continue to get the government to fund the groups like JPAC out in Hawaii that go out and search for these individuals, these soldiers. They put their life on the line, and they deserve to come home, and they deserve the respect of this country.
I agree with you on that there, and we should never give up looking for them.
Never.
Right. We should never give up looking for them.
Yeah.
We had a parade here in Revere, Columbus Day Parade, not too long ago, and there were 4 Gold Star mothers that I met. One was named Flo
Johnson from Charlestown.
And
yeah.
there was another one, Mrs. Sullivan.
Right.
You know them.
I do.
Tell us something about them.
I was with Flo Johnson when they dedicated a memorial to her son. Her son was killed in Vietnam.
Right.
And they have a beautiful memorial up in Charlestown at one of the oldest posts in America, and it's out there. So I've met Flo down in Washington. She comes every year to Rolling Thunder, and she gets on the back of a bike. So,
a motorcycle?
She does. She does. We help
She's
her out.
not
We
a
put her
young
right up
lady,
there.
you know.
She's very spry.
Right. She's in
Excuse
her
me.
80s.
She is.
She's
right.
a World War II veteran too.
Yes. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Yeah. And then Mrs. Sullivan, I just met her recently, also in Washington D.C. She was down there over Memorial Day, and 2 awesome women. And I was pleased to ride next to them this Columbus Day in Revere.
Right. And I was talking to the 4 Gold Star mothers. I hope to have them on the show eventually. If they're listening, I hope they come on. Their sons, when I asked them what their ages, and I went into the service when I was 17. That was my age.
Right.
When I volunteered. They didn't have to come looking for me. I go looking for them.
Right.
But when she told me that one of their sons that got killed, I don't know which Gold Star mother was, said her son was only 18.
Shameful.
18.
It's
Yeah.
shameful. The soldiers in the military of this country is what makes this country as great as it is.
You're right. It's the veterans and people that help the veterans too.
Right. But you know what? It's the veterans putting their life on the line. Even National Guardsmen. I mean, that's who's fighting the war right now. And a lot of people don't understand we're at war right now. And there's a POW-MIA. There's a prisoner of war right now from Afghanistan, Sergeant Bowie Bergdahl. He's still missing. When they pull out, they need to have some kind of plan in place that he comes with us, and if he's not going to come with us, then we're going to stay there until we get him back.
Right, and people don't realize that all the soldiers that are all the service people that are in the service right now, they're all volunteers. There's no draft now.
That's right. That's right.
So so they dedicate their lives to their country.
That's right.
And they put themselves in harm's way.
Yeah.
We don't.
That's right. That's right. And I think anything that gets any kind of benefits that come from the government to individuals of the United States of America should start there at our United States military and work down from there.
I agree with you 100%.
There's too many guys. Putting in claims at the VA and waiting for months for those claims to be
Some
addressed.
as long as 3 years, Joe.
It's shameful,
Right.
and I'm not going to get into politics or any kind of things like that where people that get benefits, but it's shameful that our United States military has to wait so long for benefits, that they rightfully deserve.
Right. Talking about what you just mentioned, people that get benefits. Mr. Paul Monty had an article in the Herald, Boston Herald, not too long ago, about people putting on medals that were never in the service. One gentleman had a Congressional Medal of Honor, never served 1 day in the service, but try to collect benefits, and people like that just get reprimanded.
Right.
If I had my way, they would be put in jail because that is out and out fraud, and it reflects bad on the veterans.
Right. Well, there's a new law now that just come on the books about that.
Let's hear it, Joe.
I'm not 100% sure of all the details of it, but I'll tell you right now, I never served. I've never served in the United States
I wish
military.
you would have, because you would have been a real veteran.
Yeah.
Just said, look, we have a community show here.
Excuse me.
Not everybody is a veteran from the military, but but everybody is a veteran of the community.
Right.
Everybody.
Yeah. Well, I look at it as I'm serving now. I'm serving our veterans now, and I'll continue to serve them, and I'll continue to speak for. I like to say it's I'm serving our veterans who can't speak for themselves because they're not home. And the only people speaking for them right now are their families. And
people like you.
And, and Rolling Thunder, we have 93 chapters across the U.S. And we don't cover every state in the U.S., but we do have chapters from Seattle right over here to New England. New England is totally covered.
So you have a majority of chapters all over the country then?
We do, yeah.
Can I ask you can I name a couple of states and you could tell me whether you have them?
Certainly.
New York, big state.
New York, yes.
California.
California, we just started one.
Just started?
Yep, California and Seattle.
You're a little late, California, but thank you.
That's right.
Thank you.
That's right.
Illinois.
Yes, yep, couple chapters in Illinois.
Texas.
Texas,
I would think they're definitely.
As big a state as it is, I think we only have one in Texas, and that just opened up within the last 5 years.
Thank you, Texas.
Yes, thank you, Texas is right.
Michigan.
Yes, yeah, Michigan. We have probably 12 or 13 in Florida. This whole East Coast is really loaded with POW-MIA chapters.
Right. So thank you to all the states that have it.
Yes, certainly.
And those that don't should have it.
That's right. That's right. We've had one in Massachusetts now for 10 years. We just had our 10th year anniversary this past September.
You've been a president for 4 years?
4 years and just got elected for 2 more. So.
Let me congratulate you on that first.
Thank you.
Thank you. And people say we're the greatest generation, but it's people like you that make us the greatest generation. Every soldier that serves is part of the greatest generation.
That's right.
Not a World War II, not an Afghan, all in between the greatest of the generation.
Right. That's
and
right.
the soldiers that don't come home,
Right.
that give their lives, they are the greatest of the greatest generation.
They are.
Right.
And their families suffer.
Yeah.
I can't imagine, you know. And
Well,
then,
I can, because I'll tell you why, Joe. Like I said, I was talking to the Gold Star mothers.
Right.
The first thing they talked about was there's children, and Flo, what's her last name, Johnson?
Johnson, yeah.
She was talking about how she watched them grow up, and then
Yeah.
when she got that thing when they came at the door,
Yeah.
it was very sad for
Sure.
her. But she already knew what they were there for.
Right, right. But
Yeah.
think now of the people that get that walk to the door and they say, we think your son is dead, we think your daughter's dead, but we are not sure, and we don't know where they are.
Right.
How sad is that? You know?
They
I
can
mean,
never live. At least they know if they come home, whether they're dead, which is sad enough.
It sure
They
is.
have a place to go visit to
They
pay their
certainly do,
respects.
and they have that flag that they can put up on their
Right.
mantle. And these POW-MIAs, they don't. And those families have nothing, you know? And sometimes they'll go 10, 20, 30 years without hearing a word. Sometimes
That long?
Yeah, Maureen Dunn. She is someone that has fought across this country for POW-MIAs. Her husband Joseph, went missing Valentine's Day, 1968, and she just died this past March.
1968, that's 45 years.
Yeah, she went to her grave never knowing, and I had a special relationship with Maureen, and she's missed.
Right. I would like to say this, Joe. We're going down in a couple of months again, because we've been there before, to the Bourne Cemetery down in, the Massachusetts Federal Cemetery, you know,
Right.
where the veterans are buried
Sure.
down in Bourne. And we're going to be putting flags on there. I know when I was in Arlington, Rolling Thunder was there helping people. They rode the motorcycle up to the wall,
Right.
but then they got off and they helped, like, are you looking for someone, or we can help you?
Right.
Usually Rolling Thunder, they'll probably be down there too.
Oh,
then.
sure, without a doubt. We always have some guys down there during Memorial Day,
Right.
Veterans Day.
November, yep.
We have some members that have a summer place right down in Mashpee, the Murphys, and that whole clan get out there and go over to Bourne and do that. And matter of fact, they have relatives in Bourne.
Right,
So-
and I spoke to a lot of people right at my senior center and at some of the veteran centers. They have relatives that are buried there, and when they heard that we were going down there to put flags on the graves, can we go? Can we go? And I told them who to contact, Mr. Paul Bonfiglio
Yep.
or Rebecca at their office, and those out there who would like to go and have people buried and would like to put flags on, those are, the people to contact.
Sure, sure. And speaking of flags, we got to get you a POW-MIA flag for the senior center.
Okay, I'm going to
All
hold
right.
you to that.
Okay.
I'm going to hold you to that.
Yep,
We'd love
we
to
got it.
have one.
Yep.
Oh, talking
No doubt.
about flags on the senior center, I have to thank Paul Bonfiglio. I have to thank him. I know he's going to be embarrassed, but I got to thank him. We never have flags on the table. We have one flag hanging on the wall. We have a lot of veterans from World War II because that's why we're seniors. Later on,
Right.
the Korean veterans. We also have a few Korean seniors, but not too many Vietnam. We did have one or two at one time, but we don't have any now. There. He gave us a dozen flags. 12 flags, and lo and behold, we have 12 tables.
Nice.
So Mr. Steve Fielding, who happens to be the assistant director, but he will eventually be the full director starting January, came up with a brilliant idea. He says, we got 12 tables, you come in with 12 flags, we put one on each table to honor a certain soldier that was killed. So each flag that we have on our table
That's all right. That's great.
is in honor of a soldier that was killed in action in there.
Yes.
And with you coming in with the POW-MIA, that would even make it nicer for us. So what I would suggest you do, Joe, and I want to
Yep.
thank you for even mentioning that. When we get finished with the show, I will tell you who to call.
Okay.
Mr. Fielding.
Yep.
You tell him that you were on here if you want to, and you
Okay.
can tell him you would like to donate a POW-MIA to the Senior Center.
Consider it done.
Okay?
Okay.
Now, folks, you heard that out there.
That's right. That's right. There's no going back on that.
That's-
You were just saying something that reminded me. Today, there was a Korean POW-MIA, and he was brought back, positively identified, and he was brought into Logan today. And
Today?
Today. We have members of Rolling Thunder that are at Logan Airport. They've probably just left, and they're en route up Route 2.
You said Korea?
Korea. Yep. He was just found.
That's over 60 years ago.
Excuse me. Yes. Private Norman Duchesne, and I think he was only 19 when he was classified as a POW-MIA. So he is being escorted right now from members of Rolling Thunder, members of the Patriot Guard, and just God-loving Americans right now.
I got to say this: we have some great veterans organization in Revere, and that's not belittling any other city, but I think we do an excellent job. Really, we have the American Legion, we have the Beachmont Post,
yes.
VFW.
Yes.
We have the Matola Post. We
Right.
have the Italian American veterans.
Right.
We have the
Right.
Patriots Club, the Kiwanis Club. Every one of them, and the Women's Organization of Revere. They all do stuff besides for the goodness of the community, always for the veterans.
Right, right. So, I've been lucky enough to be involved lately the last 3 years in doing a lot of things here in Revere and East Boston and all over the Commonwealth. I mean, we don't, just stay in any one community. We do come over the bridge, and we expect you guys to come over the other way. So
I know you're Irish, so I'm going to put you on the spot.
I'm not Irish.
Oh, you're not?
No. Well, no, I'm sure there's some Irish in me, okay. But a name like D'Entremont? Come on.
Okay, that's French, am I right?
Yeah, I imagine. I tell everyone I'm American. I was born in this country. My parents were.
I'm an American, even though my parents were born in Germany and Russia. I feel the same way. And I was so proud of being an American when I was a little kid.
Sure.
And we used to salute the flag. And we had to wear a white shirt, blue pants, and a red tie.
Oh, yeah.
That's was the way we, and if you didn't have that little outfit, you didn't go to what we called the assembly in those days, in the auditorium.
Right.
And the first thing we did, before we said anything, was the whole auditorium stood up and said, "I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America."
That's right.
Because everybody puts their life on the line for that, and it all started off in the War of 1812.
That's right.
With Francis Scott Key over there.
Yes, that's right.
Rolled out of there.
Yep.
What would you like to see the future of the Rolling Thunder, if I may? What are your future plans?
Our future plans are just like our current plans. It's to continue to spread the word and to get the word out that there are still 91,719 soldiers missing in action.
How many?
91,719
That's what I thought you said.
Since World War I. Okay, so and we just need to continue to spread that awareness and have people understand that and to remember them, and whether it be flying a POW-MIA flag from their own home or just understanding, that a lot of our military that go to war, unfortunately, some of them do end up killed in action, but some of them don't come home. And I think it's a great thing that after 65 years, Norman Duchesne's coming home today.
That's
and,
excellent.
He's back home.
Even if one comes home.
That's right. But I also need people to remember that there still is a POW from this war, Afghanistan, and we need to let our elected officials know, do not pull out of Afghanistan without them.
Right. I'm looking at your uniform, and I see a pin up there.
Yeah.
Can I ask you what that represents?
What is that?
That pin right there. No, way up on top, the photograph.
Oh, this is a friend of mine gave me that, Carlos Arredondo. That's his son. He was killed in Iraq in 2004. So it's just something that I...
Is he home or was he a missing POW?
No, he wasn't. Nope. He was actually killed in action in 2004. So...
what was his name, the father?
Carlos Arredondo.
Carlos, thank you. God bless your son, and thank you for your service.
His son was Alex. So...
Right.
And they named the post office in Jamaica Plain after him. So when we did that, Carlos gave me that, and I've been
when
wearing
I looked at the tombstones when I was in Arlington Cemetery, and I looked at not only from the Civil War, which they had, and I see 18, 19. I says, my God.
Yeah.
Life is shot, and I say, thank God I live to be as old as I am,
Right.
So, Joe, we have a few minutes left. take a couple of minutes. Whatever you wish to say, it's your show now.
Yeah, well, no, I just want to, have everyone, continue to remember our military. The military is what is making this country. It's what has made this country great and what continues to make this country great. And when you see someone in uniform, tell them thank you.
Right.
And, and just always remember that there are thousands and thousands that have yet to come home. And, they're the individuals that we want to remember. And again, too, this POW-MIA chair, we're hoping to get one in every single town or city in the Commonwealth. And Revere is next because Nick told us he was going to do that.
Donations, if they want to send money to help pay for the chairs,
yep,
tell
yep.
them the website.
Yep. Once again, it's Rolling Thunder, MA1.org. And just hit contact, and you can send them to our P.O. box, or you can give me a call, and I can give you different addresses. So it's been a pleasure.
It's a pleasure.
I appreciate it.
And let me say thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
May God bless you, Joe,
Thank
for
you,
what
sir.
you do. Thank you very much for your service.
Thank you for yours.
And thank you for the people of Revere for listening.
Yep.
Thank you to all your veterans out there. And make sure you contribute to Joe and to our troops overseas. God bless you. And especially our great country, the United States of America. Thank you for listening. Until the next time, we'll have another great guest like Joe D'Entremont. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you, sir.